This module serves to introduce you to the basic principles and procedures of the Level 1 Canine Enrichment program. All staff receive Level 1 training to stay consistent with our building-wide knowledge of how we work with our shelter dogs to help them maintain their mental and behavioral health to remain and become more adaptable to the public. Enrichment refers to any efforts to ensure our animals' ongoing social, emotional, mental and behavioral, and physical well-being, resulting in enhanced adaptability. The purpose of our Canine Enrichment program is to provide dogs with appropriate daily guidance, experiences, and activities to help achieve these enrichment goals. It is a daily priority to meet and exceed certain minimum standards of care and well-being for our animals. These standards of care serve as the foundations of a successful enrichment program. We consistently strive in our daily routines and procedures to meet the following commonly accepted minimum requirements comparable to the 5 freedoms developed for the animal shelter standards and guidelines, which we reference as a basic fundamental foundation for our shelter. Level 1 staff will focus on 2 basic training approaches, classical conditioning and reward training. Classical conditioning helps teach dogs to associate their kennels and the approach of people with positive things. Classical conditioning simply means learning by association. Classical conditioning is especially beneficial to help shy or stressed dogs develop positive feelings as they begin to associate their kennel and environment with wonderful things. Do grab a treat pouch and kibble. Choose a dog room and do a few kibble runs. Do walk past kennels and toss or hand feed kibble to the dogs regardless of the dog's reaction or behavior, and do not request or encourage any specific behavior. Make direct eye contact or linger in front of the kennel. Runs is a form of classical conditioning and helps the dogs develop more positive feelings about being in the kennel by tossing a tasty, high-value treat as you walk by. This is especially useful for nervous, scared, shy, and shut-down dogs. Reward training techniques help us teach more appealing kennel presentation by rewarding appropriate behaviors and taking care throughout the day not to reward inappropriate behaviors. Reward training, also known as operant conditioning, differs from classical conditioning because the dog's behavior determines the outcome. Dogs quickly learn to repeat behaviors that result in a reward and tend to abandon behaviors that consistently get them nowhere. To reduce stress and make a good first impression on adopters, dogs need to learn that offering calm, polite behavior in their kennels is very rewarding. Do grab a clicker, a treat pouch and kibble, choose a dog room, and do some reward training in front of the kennels. Do identify, click, and reward desirable behavior with a piece of food. Ignore undesirable behavior. Do not make a verbal request for a specific position. Call the dog or lure him into position. Just wait until he offers a better behavior. Do carry a leash as you approach kennels to get started on desensitization. Stress of the shelter environment can cause dogs to become aroused, anxious, and frustrated, which leads to behaviors that are unappealing to adopters and will likely affect the dog's ability to integrate quickly and successfully into a new home. To help dogs get adopted and transition successfully into their homes, it is vitally important that we help to reduce stress and help them learn behaviors that increase their chances for long-term success in the home. A quick clicker training session at a dog's kennel can be a great mental workout because the dog is required to use his brain to figure out how to earn a click and a treat. The sound of the clicker provides clear and consistent feedback that marks the behavior that will be rewarded. If you don't have a clicker handy, just use the word yes instead. When working with dogs, we use a clicker or a yes marker. Yes or a click are a fast, positive, immediate response to good behavior. A click or a yes should always be followed by a piece of kibble. It is our goal to help dogs be less sensitive to common items and events that often trigger undesirable behavior, such as people approaching kennels, especially with a leash or food in hand, opening and closing kennel latches and doors, and leashing and removing dogs from kennels. Through consistency and desensitization, staff will help teach dogs to display polite behavior when people approach their kennels for any reason. Do carry a leash each time you approach a kennel, whether or not you plan to use it to aid in desensitization. Do wait for the dog to sit or stand calmly before opening the kennel door. If the dog jumps up as you are lifting the door latch, stop and wait for calm, polite behavior before proceeding. Do stop and wait, closing the kennel door if needed, as many times as necessary every step of the way until the dog remains calm while you open the door. Do not open the door while he is jumping up, pushing to get past you, or barking. Do wait for the dog to sit or stand calmly before interacting with him in any way. Do stop and wait for polite behavior. Reward a few times as long as the dog remains calm. Close the kennel door, wait for calm behavior, and reward again from outside the kennel. Do repeat this process multiple times in a session, waiting for politeness at every step. It is not necessary to put the leash on the dog or take him out of the kennel for this practice to be very effective. We can help our shelter dogs develop better manners and self-control by requiring that they say please, by offering polite behavior, in order to earn life rewards such as time out of kennel, meals, treats, attention, and play. A dog who is polite and learns to make good choices is a dog that people want to live with. We diminish dogs' attractiveness and chances for successful adoption if we allow them to get what they want through pushy, demanding, or otherwise out-of-control behavior. Continue to reward polite behavior outside the kennel while managing the dog carefully to prevent undesirable behavior. Do click or yes and reward when dog offers any adoptable behavior, such as eye contact, sit, loose leash, quiet, 4 paws on the floor, or any other polite behavior. Do wait for some degree of politeness before moving forward through the doors. Do use appropriate leash management and reinforcement to ensure success and prevent undesirable behavior. For example, stand on the leash and reward 4 paws on the floor to prevent jumping. Do remove and relocate a dog from any situation where she is too stimulated or distracted to experience success, and do not issue cues or request specific behavior. Wait, then mark yes and reward when positive behavior is offered. Slides are examples of enrichment that should be done on a daily routine basis with our canines. The next slide series will show additional enrichment activities that are helpful to the development of our canines, however, are optional activities. Potty breaks are completely separate from other training and socialization. Potty breaks should consist of no more than 3 to 5 minutes, leashed, in an appropriate potty area, and you should always have tasty treats for immediate rewarding should the dog potty on the potty break. The purpose is to help dogs maintain and develop good potty habits by providing adequate opportunities to eliminate outdoors and encouraging them to eliminate quickly when taken to potty areas. If a dog does not eliminate within 5 minutes, return the dog to their kennel and move on to the next dog. Enrichment is an opportunity for dogs to exercise their sense of smell. We use diluted extract sprays to mist in rooms, on kennel walls, braided ropes, or other washable toys. Only sprays made from food-safe cooking extracts should be used on objects with which dogs will have direct contact. Household scent sprays should only be used to mist the air in the room. Using toys and puzzles are any object or container with food inside. The dog must interact with and manipulate the puzzles, paper bags, cardboard food boxes, cardboard paper towel, and toilet paper rolls, paper mache treat balls, braided ropes, and crumpled up paper, to name a few. Regular handling work should be done to help condition a dog to tolerate and enjoy handling from various people. The dog should only be exposed to the level of handling that he is able to comfortably tolerate, rewarding each touch with a tiny piece of food. Gradually increase the intensity or duration of the touch if the dog easily tolerated the previous touch. Reward after every touch, no matter how small. Slow down and decrease the intensity if the dog is showing any signs of resistance or stress. Do not continue to expose dogs to handling or any situation in which they are experiencing ongoing stress. Socialization walks are used as a tool to take the dogs for a walk off the beaten path to new areas of the shelter. Expose the dog to 5 new people or things, rewarding for loose leash and calm, polite behavior. You should encourage and reward exploration and confident approaches, while avoiding any situation that seems to cause significant. Occasionally, a dog will be too scared or shut down to fully benefit from enrichment activities. These dogs may benefit from a little quiet time away from the adoption area or lobby. It is very important not to pressure the dog to interact or perform any certain behaviors. Monitor and recognize signs of stress, and do not continue to expose the dog to a situation or environment that is causing ongoing stress. With approval, counseling rooms, offices, training room, and the volunteer area can all be suitable locations for quiet time. Dogs who demonstrate a significant need to burn off physical energy or frustration can be taken to the training room if it is available for interactive physical play. Dogs should remain actively engaged in physical activities such as fetch, chase me, tug and drop while out to be active. Dogs should not be removed from the adoption floor for extended periods of time. Physical exercise should last about 10 to 15 minutes, and remember that mental stimulation can be as equally effective as physical exercise. Expected that any staff member that has viewed this module will begin to consistently incorporate the learned concepts and techniques into all aspects of their daily interactions with dogs. We encourage you to speak to a lead, Level 2 enrichment, or animal behavior and training staff member if you feel uncomfortable in any situation, or if you would like to seek further information on Level 1 enrichment techniques.